So anyway, I'm sorry. I wanted to finish this earlier, but I've been trying to get in contact with these assholes. I've been going to this doctor for damn near. It's been damn near 3 years. It's been 3 years. Never had a problem. This whole C virus bullshit comes up. I walk in. They say, "Hey, put this on." I say, "Yeah, fuck you. I'm exempt." And in my head, I'm saying for bullshit. And nothing else has been said about it. So 6 months later, 7 months later, however many months later it's been, it's probably more than that. What is it, September? Hell yeah. It's just started like February or something. So 9 months later, 7 months later, I walk in, they're like, "You got to put this on." And I'm like, "Yeah, I'm exempt." "Well, you got to put this on." I'm like, "Yeah, it's not happening. Sorry about you." So they're like, "Well, if you don't put this on, we're not going to see you. You're not going to get your meds. You're going to die." And I'm like, "Well, yeah, that kind of sucks, but that's not how it works. Since you all accept public funds, you now fall under federal commercial laws, and you cannot discriminate. Not even because of COVID, believe it or not." Well, they didn't want to believe me. So I go in, I talk, the operations manager comes out, she's like, "You have to wear a mask." I'm like, "Well, I don't have to do shit." She's like, "Well, show me your doctor's note saying you're exempt." I was like, "So show you my papers, right? Where have we heard that before?" I said, "First of all, you're dabbling with some HIPAA shit there that we don't really need to dabble in. I don't feel like dealing with it. I'm sure you don't feel like dealing with it. I know the rest of these ass clowns don't want to deal with it." I said, "Second of all, I've already been in here with no mask on. So if we're going to do it, let's do it right. It's to let everybody get out." I turned around and talked to the people in the waiting room. I said, "Everybody get out. We got to shut it down and disinfect the place right away." You know, everybody's like, "You're fucking crazy, kid." So they don't do any of this other shit. I mean, people are sitting shoulder to shoulder in there. You walk back in their little offices, and you're like 3 foot from the nurse talking to you, the doctor talking to you. You're face to face with the doctor. You're on the other side of a desk from the doctor. So I'm like, you know what? I try to get a hold of this dude that I've talked to before. That's one of the head guys in charge, because this is like another healthcare provider. It's not just a doctor's office. They have multiple offices. So I can finally get a hold of him, and I'm like, "Look, dude." He's like, "What's the problem?" I was like, "You already know what the problem is. Don't act like you don't know what the problem is. You already talked to this stupid bitch. I know you did. They told me you talked to her." I was like, "Well, they could be lying." I was like, "Well, yeah, I get that. But I know you already talked to her. She was standing right behind the counter when she was on the phone with you. I could hear your loud ass mouth through the phone." So I go home to get I'm like, you know what? Since I could potentially die from taking this stuff, and I'm not being funny about that. Like, I quit taking my meds, I could for real die. I mean, chances are I'd live through it, but you could die. So I went home and got mask number 1 today. And then I also grabbed mask number 2, which was my mask from yesterday. But hey, they're not dirty. I only wore it for just a second. And then mask number 3, because they said it only had to be a covering that covered your face, your nose, and mouth. So when I said, "Can I just do this?" they said, "No, it has to be a separate article of clothing." Which when I walked in, they wanted me to remove my hat to take my temperature. And I said, "Well, can't you just take it?" They're like, "Well, you got to remove your hat." I was like, "Well, I'd rather remove my pants and you shove a thermometer in my ass than I would remove my hat. So what? Let's do that. If I drop my pants, you come around the counter." She's like, "Oh, no, I'm not doing that." I was like, "Well, why not?" You know, these people are, I swear to God, it's a form of insanity. It really is. If people still believe this shit, and they're still filing, like everybody in there, when I was saying all this shit, agreed with me. I even asked them, like, "You all know, you all are sitting here wearing these masks knowing this is all bullshit, right?" And everybody's like, "So why the fuck are you complying with it?" Why? Because they're put in a position to where, they're probably taking some kind of medication that they have to take. And if they don't take it, the doctor's office says, "Well, we're not seeing you no more." That's what's going to happen. So magically now, get this is fucking hilarious. He told me to come back here, walk inside, not wearing a mask, mind you, and tell them that I'm here so that they can call me. And the doctor's going to call me and do a visit over the phone. Not even a video visit. A visit over the fucking phone. So, I'm going to hand my phone to somebody. I don't know. I ain't got nobody with me. I wish I had somebody with me. I need somebody with me. Hey, one of y'all that I talk to, send me your phone number. And I might just have them call you. They're just going to call somebody and say, "Hey, how you doing? Are you having any problems?" Well, yeah, I got these stupid motherfuckers trying to run my life and trying to ruin our society. So anyway, the Tim dude on the phone, They don't get it, man. Even though you point everything out to them and you say, look, you say it to them a certain way, you say, hey, this is we're on some Nazi Germany shit, show me your papers, and this is how things like Nazi Germany happens, they don't want to listen. So that's where we're at. Now, I'm probably going to walk in here, they might say, and what I'm hoping they do is say, go get your mask on before you walk in here, which in turn I'm going to walk back out here, I'm going to put my black ones on. I'm going to put my pink ones on. And I'm going to walk back in and see what they say. And if they say, that ain't good enough, I'm going to come back out here and put my black ones on that aren't lacy. And then I'm going to walk back in there. Because the little pad in there doesn't cover my whole nose and mouth. It's a little pad. I mean, it's not, it's not this big. My wife's a little girl. Then I'm going to come back out and put my black ones on. They don't have no lace. If they say that ain't good enough, they're going to put my welding helmet on with my fucking panty mask. I'm going to go back in here. So today's going to be one of them days, man. There's always got to be some asshole screwing my day up. It's never me. It's never some shit that I do. It's always some stupid ass that can't think for themselves. In this case, a bunch of stupid asses that can't think for themselves. And even when I pointed out to them, like, look, I get it. Your legal team said that because of this thing that you guys can do this. You still can't violate people's rights, man. I don't give a shit what your legal team's telling you. What your legal team's doing is opening your ass up for a lawsuit, which in turn affects me because then they're going to shut your asses down. So I'm trying to protect me here. And then he wants to go on to say, I brought up the CDC, that, the CDC posted a memo or whatever it was saying that 96% of COVID deaths had an underlying condition. He said, well, without COVID, they wouldn't have died. I said, well, prove that. Prove it. He said, I can't prove it. I said, well, you can't disprove it either. Because I said that those people wouldn't have died. You can't disprove it either. So why are we even arguing about it? You guys are still just following shit because you're told to follow it. It makes zero freaking sense. Zero. I mean, I don't know how else to say it. I don't know how to explain it to you. What you're asking for us to have no freedom in is what you're asking for. Because this is never going to end. For all you stupid people out there that think this is going to end one day you're going to magically wake up and they're going to say, no more masks. It's not going to fucking happen. You've already complied. So they're going to take it a step further. And what are you going to do? Just like today. I'm not going in here. I might play their fucking game with the panties. And like I said, the only reason I would even do that is because I had my head in them prior to fucking COVID. I didn't wear them, but I had my stone. Nonetheless, I had my face in them at one point. So, to me, it's like, whatever. I'm not suggesting this for everybody. Don't put on your, if you ain't got no old lady, don't be put on your mom's panties and walking in the freaking Kroger's or whatever. But at what point does it stop? Do we all just say it's enough? So the security guard even came out and asked me, like, how do you do that? Like, how do I do what? He's like, how do you just not wear, how do you get exempt? I said, when they tell you to wear a mask, you say you're fucking exempt. It's that simple. It's that simple. You don't need a doctor's note. Like, I won't be part of Nazi America. I won't be a part of that. I'll be a part of the resistance to that. It's got to end, man. I mean, like, I'm sure y'all are sick of seeing my dumb ass on here crying about my daily life. I mean, I just have to bet by now that you're sick of it. Fuck, I'm sick of it. But I don't have nobody else to talk to. You never see me around anybody. There's a reason for that, because I don't talk to people. But I got you all. Thanks.